Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I'm not decrying the West whatsoever. And when I say the West, I'm not talking about us, the citizens. I'm talking about those citizens that are doing what they are doing. And with the help of the mass media, they try to have us support their decisions, which is arming Ukraine, giving more aid, money, and weapons. The thing is, that's how I assess the situation. The West jumped both feet on the Ukrainian boat and they can't come back. I think that happened in March 2022 when Boris Johnson showed up in Kiev and he said, you know what, we're all in, let's do it. So, what do you expect? The Ukrainians are asking or demanding more money. If you want us to continue fighting for you, then this is how much we need. If you don't give us the money, we're going to talk to Putin. So basically, I think this is where it trickles down to. So we have here an article coming from the Ukrainians coming from Bloomberg via the New Voice of Ukraine, and listen to this read this little title here. So, Ukrainska Pravda, and to repel Russia, Ukraine needs arsenal worth over $30 billion, Bloomberg reports. So, if you want us to repel Russia, which is to, push it back, not winning, just stop it, we need you to give us an arsenal worth of $30 billion. I think Russia annually currently has about $60 billion. I think they increased it to 70 or something like this. So they want 30 just to stop Russia. And on top of how much they got, I think another 40 already. And I think the whole thing by the end of the year is going to get up to 120 billion with all the money and weapons and all that. So yeah, my friends, we are doing very well here in the United States of America. Therefore, we can afford giving $30 billion to Ukraine to fight for our freedom. Blah, 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 blah. That's how the story is supposed to go. And if you say something else, you're a Putin whatever. Ukraine needs my bad, I missed that one, than a $30 billion arsenal to strike back at Russia and liberate its territories. So it needs that, and if you give them that, they will not ask for any more money. Correct? You gotta be a dumbass to believe that, and you're not. Quote, armed with well over, that means what, 50 billion? It's well over $30 billion is not 31, well over. I say it's like 45. Why don't you say just 45? You know why. So armed with well over $30 billion in weapons, freshly, hot, babe, they don't want like old, right now fresh, supplied by its allies, Ukraine is gearing up for a counteroffensive that may push Russia closer to ending its war, or show neither side has enough firepower to seize the advantage. Did you catch this? If you don't give us well over this money, right? That they need this, armed with well over in weaponry, fresh, Ukraine is gearing up for a counteroffensive. So is counteroffensive contingent or depends on that 30 billion, or it's already armed with 30 billion. Let's read again. Armed with well over $30 billion in weapons freshly supplied by its allies, it's past tense, Ukraine is gearing up as we speak, so that's present tense continuous, is doing it right now, gearing up for a counteroffensive that may, so there's no certainty here, push Russia closer to ending its war. That means may, meaning we may ask for more, or show neither side has enough firepower to seize the advantage. And to succeed, Ukraine will need to execute a complex so-called combined arms operation without the advantage of air superiority, for which few militaries in the world have the necessary training. So what's the title? To repel the Russians, they need an arsenal worth of. So they have it? Now, this means coordinating infantry, armor, combat engineers, and air defense to maximize the impact of the more than 200 tanks, 300 infantry fighting vehicles, and other weapons Ukraine has received since December. Well, I had an article ready where the Poles said they provided the Ukrainians with about 320 some tanks out of 500 and some tanks they already received. So, anyway, Ukrainian commanders have played down expectations. So that means it's like you hire someone to do a job, and he's gonna say, "Well, you give me that, and I might need some more, and I give you no guarantees of success." Well, I would like you to build a fence around my property. Can you do that? Yeah, I mean, that's gonna cost you about $10,000 to start with, and if I encounter any more other problems, I will get up. So you get up the price, you're gonna give me more, and I don't guarantee that I will be able to build a fence. Who in the right mind will hire such a guy? If you would, call me. I'll do that. I will do that deal for you. I will come and build that fence. Or maybe not. I don't give you any guarantees right here. Ukrainian commanders have played down expectations and repeated calls for more weapons, including air defenses and long-range missiles. I think these guys can get everything they want and still want more and still demand more. And why not? They got these idiots, a milk to cow. And they're not idiots, because the military-industrial complex, the banks, and all these guys are working. The politicians are having a blast. So there isn't, because we know why? They don't give from them. Everything comes from the taxpayers. Everything comes from everybody else but them. So therefore, they're very generous. Bloomberg has noted that if Ukraine is able to achieve only minor successes similar to those achieved by Russian troops around Bakhmut, it could lead to another winter stalemate and increased pressure on Kiev to give up the seized territories. This is a kind of a blackmail. So give us now, otherwise we might lose. Jesus Christ, man. And now this guy, the Kiel, Germany, Kiel Institute's Ukraine support tracker shows that since February 2022, the Allies have sent Ukraine more than, brace your fucking selves, $67 billion worth of arms, with a peak in December. So already the guys got 70 billion, let's put it this way, worth of arms. 70. So they got from February to February, they got as Russia. Mocha, from someone else. And here is arming Ukraine. Allies has sent. They invested, they sent it for themselves. So here's a little graph for you. February, and here's 10 billion, 15 billion, 20, 25. The most they gave it in what? In about December, right? Something like this. It was the top, the peak. Unbelievable, my friends. And here, on May 3rd, 2023, the United States agreed to send Ukraine another 300 million US dollars. And I'm not going to go over whatever they're going to give here, because I'm just going to get angrier and angrier with these guys. $300 million. The US's 1.2 billion US package announced on May 9 will include critical supplies of blah blah blah. All that is coming from someone. And these guys are talking about discussing the debt ceiling or something like what? They will agree on the debt ceiling or whatever, they're going to do it, because without that, what, do you think we're going to start a revolution here? Because things are going to go down fast. And they don't want that. They're going to get the ceiling up and say, yeah, we're going to increase it, and that's it. Now they just play politics. Oh my God, our guys are fighting for us. Yes. No, our guys are fighting for us. They're fighting for us. They already know, and I guarantee you, I'm 99% certain that debt, whatever ceiling, is going to go up on Friday when they meet tomorrow. I have no doubt. If not tomorrow, whenever is the deadline, that's going to happen. It's going to happen. This country will not default, and this country is going to increase its purse of give us more loan because we are not profitable. Now imagine that you would be that person. Let's say you have this income and you have already this much loaning ability. How much you can loan? The debt. How much can you have? Nobody's going to give you any more money, because they know you have a high risk of defaulting. That means this guy's losing the money because you don't have anything else to offer. You're done. Jesus Christ. I mean, you do it in your real life. The same thing should work on the real life over there. But over there it's communism. Right here is capitalism. Among them, they're all socialists. And why? Because we are the cow to milk. That's it. Without our work, they will have nothing. We work. Why? Because we want to have a living, make a living. How? We work for others. Before you were a peasant working for your thing, or a farmer. Working for your thing, work for me, work for me, work for me. I didn't need you. I had everything okay. You couldn't say anything to me because when you come, I was click. What? Government official, get away from here. That's how it used to be. Therefore, they make the government, and the government got more employees and employees. They would vote for them for their own interest. That's why those guys would always vote for the government. Not all of them, but most of them. Why? Because they depend on that. They're not going to vote against, oh, you know what, we don't want these kind of jobs, they're just artificial jobs, let's quit them, let's destroy them. And that means I'm going to have to go out there and compete with others, and then I need some skills. Well, with basket weaving degrees from the whatever universities, I don't think, or with queer dance thing, I don't think you will be able to compete with an engineer or something like that, can you? So therefore you're going to say, I have a college degree, I have a big debt, someone can forgive my debt? No. Actions, decisions have fucking consequences. You should have learned that in the kindergarten and before that as a toddler. Parents? No parents? Oh, oh, it's my fault, right? Or maybe it's the fault of the guys, in 1860 or something. Is that their fault over there? Or something like that? Or maybe Jim Crow or what? Whose fault? Not yours. Go and work, people. Go and work. And by working, you pay taxes, and these guys can do whatever they want with your taxes. Anyway, my friends, we are the victims here. But we demand something. At least we have a good life. As we take it, is a good life compared with many others. So I would be a really big asshole just to say, oh my God, life is bad. No, it's not bad. It's bad to the ideal, or not bad. It's not the ideal, but compare it not only with others on this planet, but compare it in general. You still have freedom, you still work, you still have money, you still have food. I mean, you listen to your boss like you're a slave anyway, but you can leave. You can leave. But, if you were on a plantation, you could leave with a bullet in your back, like AC/DC, Jailbreak song, remember? He made it out with a bullet in his back. So, same here. Maybe a whip around your neck. So no. We are on the modern plantation. That's where we are. These guys send money over there. Is this how democracy is supposed to work? We vote one time and those guys can give billions to whomever they decide without us having any power to say no. And you tell me the power is in 4 years to get that guy out, get another guy over there, and in 4 years that guy is going to get us in what? Give those guys I don't know how many billions of dollars instead of building highways or schools or hospitals or something like that in our country? I think that's criminal. You call it however you want, but anyway, don't tell me those guys are fighting for us. That's a manufactured situation. That could have been avoided over there. All right? That's my assessment. Sue me. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.